Good morning and welcome to Hunkydory TV. It's the start of September, so you're all invited to our Hunkydory School of Craft. Okay, so we're going to have 5 days of crafting classes for you. Joining me today is Jess. Morning, Jess.
Good morning.
Were you on time for school this morning?
A little bit late.
Oh, break detention, Jess, I'm afraid. And in the demonstration area is Natalie. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Were you on time this morning?
I'm never on time. I am that rebel that always just has to go in the front entrance because the other doors are closed.
Oh no,
I'm that
the walk of shame.
Yeah.
Through the front
Everyone just
entrance.
looks and goes, oh, she's late again.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's when they know your name, isn't it? You know it's happened too often.
Oh,
So,
no.
You okay?
My night. Yeah. Again.
There's always one troublesome one in the class, isn't there?
It's
Yeah.
on.
It's on. No.
Oh, wait.
Is it working now? It's showing when I'm talking. Let's hope. Am I on? Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
All sorted. Mike's all sorted.
Gosh. Can't do anything right.
Classes can commence.
Yes.
So, as we said, we've got 5 days of crafting classes with new offers added daily. Plus, we've got 2 new launches that you won't want to miss. Hands up, anyone who's excited?
Me.
Okay, we are going to have such a fun week here at school. So, first of all, let's have a look at our Win It Weekly. There's always a class clown, isn't there? It was going to be me today. So to be in with a chance to win the gorgeous Hunkydory 3-tier storage trolley worth $34.99, you need to like, share and comment the following question and the answer. Which of the following school rules is true? Is it A, not allowed to eat ketchup during school hours? Is it B, cannot play football on a Wednesday? Or is it C, allowed to cheat 1 test per year? What do we think? So like, share and comment. And there'll be 3 lucky winners announced on Friday to win one of the gorgeous storage trolleys.
3 winners to win the trolley.
I know.
Is incredible.
That's
That's so good.
But we need a good prize for school,
We
don't we?
do.
We need a good reward. So let's start and have a look at some of the products that we've got coming up in the show today. But first, can we see? Let's put it the right way.
Look at these. Look at these. People
Aren't
have been
they just-
asking for so long for Hunkydory pens.
I know we were talking about the scissors yesterday, and I think as crafters, we just want things to look nice, don't
Yeah.
we?
We want
Our
everything to
tools
be
all go together,
uniformed.
yeah. And this is your Hunkydory pen that you're going to get free. Yeah, that's right, free with any order of £25 or more. So put in an order for £25. Does it automatically go in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will
So you won't need to add
automatically
it.
come in your parcel. But look, they're just gorgeous, aren't they?
It's a good writer as well.
Are you trying it out?
I'm just doodling, yeah. Good writer.
She's actually writing her lines that I've sent her. So that is worth, £25 order, and you'll get that for free. If you do want extras,
We always need extra
yeah,
pens.
you'll want one in your handbag, one in your craft room,
Yeah.
sort of pocketed around the house. They are $3.99, so you can buy them as well. So if you do want additional ones, you can add those to your order as well. Perfect, aren't they?
Nice. So nice.
So good. I'm going to leave mine on the front there. Make sure I take it into the office with me. So today we've got our adorable Scorable designer card packs. Does it say Roll VT?
Yes,
Yeah? Roll VT. And how gorgeous do those cards look, and sort of the variety of cards that you are going to be able to make with this collection. So there's 5 different sets within the collection. So we're going to start off. There's 12 sheets in each one, okay, and there's 5 different collections. So if you want all of them, it is just £19.95. So it's a saving of £10. So you're going to get 60 sheets of cardstock in total.
It's so good,
for that
isn't
price.
it? For
It's
that
so
price.
good. So
and it's not just like any cardstock either. It's adorable Scorable. So like the amount of different things you can do with this cardstock is really cool.
It's, yeah. I mean, it was so busy yesterday. We had it on Hobby Maker yesterday. I did the shows on there. So the first one we're going to look at is the alcohol inks. Okay, so if this is a sort of the effect that you like, but you've never been able to achieve it sort of yourself with your inks and things, this is just going to be perfect for you.
I love it as well, because if you like this type of messy crafting, but you don't like the messiness,
that's me.
You kind of like, you're a win-win there, because you can make stunning cards, but we don't have to think about how messy it's going to be and how
also
it's going to be
it's such
everywhere.
a time saver, isn't it?
So
if you think how long it would take you to create this background and then leave it to dry, and then you've already got that there. I mean, it looks like sort of lava, doesn't it?
I love this one.
Just gorgeous. And all the colours that you can pick out of it, the orange, the blues, the yellows, just gorgeous.
Really nice. This one works so good with your glitter cards. That gold glitter card with this is beautiful. And
I was saying yesterday, sort of the light and shade on the cardstock just creates that more depth to it, doesn't it?
So good.
But just look at how
love this one.
I mean, that looks like it's been done with inks. And remember at school you used to blow through the straw with the paint and sort of create the bubble effects. Just gorgeous. And again, all the different colours within that card. If you wanted sort of more blue and greens, you could use more of this, the top half.
Pick out all
if you wanted
of
the
those
lighter
nice
ones at the bottom.
Like.
But you know, whatever cardstock you've got at home, you know, you're going to be able to use it with these.
That one's cute.
More of a pastel kind, isn't it? Sort of with your unicorn collections and your sort of your magical collections. And then last in, the gorgeous.
It's just a party, isn't it? It's a party on a piece
It's just
of
like a
cardstock.
rainbow confetti spraying one, isn't it?
Good.
But again, you could use it that way and then take this panel down, and then you have literally got a rainbow of colours, haven't you? If you do like a DL card with it.
Absolutely
just gorgeous.
incredible.
So if you want just that one on its own, it is £5.99, but it does come in the Ultimate Collection for. Next up is our antique polka dots.
I like this one because it's on Matastic.
Yes, so you could ink round the edges of it as well, couldn't you, to give it more of an aged look even more.
You can stamp onto it as well, which would look really nice with like floral stamps, and then like fussy cut them out maybe. So then you've got like heat embossed stamps or just regular stamps.
Yeah, I love doing that with stamps, sort of paper piecing, isn't it? So you've got that.
Really cute.
So you've sort of got the purples in there. That's like a sort of a grey, like dark grey, isn't it? Charcoal,
nice. It's like a really good selection for this time of year that we're coming into, though, isn't it? It's very autumnal, very dark and moody.
Yeah, and we said it will go with so many of the toppers that you've got. You know, if you've got like leftover Christmas toppers and things like that for this one.
I also think it's a great print for like any gender of cards too. So you make like a masculine themed card with like this type of a print. It's a perfect one for mixing and matching.
Yeah, I think get out your sort of your nesting dies, your decorative nesting dies and shapes.
It's super cute.
And there you've got that gorgeous blue as well.
Love
Almost
it.
like a dark denim, isn't it, with the polka dots on. So again, if you want just that one, you've got 6 designs, 2 of each. That is just £5.99. But again, don't forget the Ultimate Collection 4. You'll get all 5 sets for just £19.95. This was popular.
I love this.
Embroidered blossoms.
It's so cool.
The depth that we've been able to create on a flat piece of card is just
incredible. You can kind of see all of the like threads almost.
You feel like if you rub your finger over it, it would be like bumpy, wouldn't it? But you can fussy cut these as well. I mean, that's your background done, isn't it?
Straight
with
away.
The sentiment on. Especially if you're posting cards and you don't want lots and lots of layers.
Yeah.
This is going to give you the effect, but with just one piece of the cardstock.
And you can so easily like mute down some of the intensity of the design by layering parchment on top of it. That looks absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I love this one.
Me too. I think from a distance it almost looks like like clay, you know, like modelling
Yeah,
clay.
like polymer clay.
Yeah. Can you see?
It's so
yeah.
clever. It's really nice. It's just a very like ditzy pattern with all the rest of the designs being quite full on. This one is the most sort of like
it's almost like a
calming.
tapestry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that effect. But again,
This
you've
is
got
so nice.
that's definitely
It's like
sort of
Mary
home
Poppins
decor.
bag.
Yes, home decor, like your
Yeah.
cushions or your curtains in this.
It's really nice.
Again, you can just see the depth that you're going to get in those. Oh, I
one's
love
so
this
cute.
one. And these are perfect for fussy cutting out as well. So you could put some of this on your card and then use some of the fussy cut
Yeah,
flowers as well onto it.
Your roses.
They look
So
almost like
nice.
rolled, don't they? You know, when you do the ribbon, roses made of the ribbon that you roll. Just gorgeous. The red's just classic, isn't it,
It's
as
so
well?
nice.
For anniversaries, Valentine's Day, maybe a wedding card. And then the
This
last
one's so
one,
cute
the
too.
gorgeous pink. So again, you've got a range of colours in there, haven't you?
range
You've
of
got
colours, a
pinks,
range of
reds,
flowers.
yellows, blues,
It's really nice.
purples.
Such a great mix and such a clever sort of like idea for a card stock as well.
Definitely.
It's going to work really nice for making cards for any like people that sew. Or anyone that
Crafters,
are
isn't it?
into,
Yeah, it's a perfect
soft
card for
crafts. It's
crafters,
great
isn't
for
it?
that.
So that is your embroidered blossoms. If you want just that set, it is $5.99. There's just so much in
There's
this,
so
isn't it? And
much.
it's such a
It's crazy.
variety. The next one we've got is the Gothic Rose. Now, I know this was very popular yesterday on Hobby Maker. Again, it's uncoated matastic,
Yeah.
so you can add your inks to it or your alcohol marker, so you can colour in the flowers and the leaves if you want to. Add even more of a distressed look around the outside as well.
It's a gorgeous cardstock for any sort of like messy crafting or scrapbooking, journaling. You know,
Yeah, you
'cause it
could
would
add
look-
more stamps onto,
Yeah.
more stamping onto here,
You could
couldn't
like
you, as
mask
well?
on top of it with like pastes or embossing powders. It's just like a fantastic base that's kind of already got something going on. and
Yeah,
you
so
can
you've got the
just add all
start
the
if,
layers
if you're
onto
into
it.
that, yeah.
It's so pretty though.
But again, I love sort of all the the writing in the background, isn't it?
It's like the aged marks on it as well. Everything's been so thought out when it's been created.
Again, you could add ink around the edges, couldn't you, as well, with these? And then you could take sort of the focal point of this one, or if you wanted just the top half with the writing on, if you'd got your own sort of stamp or sentiment you wanted to put on there. And then lastly, that gorgeous one that goes all along the side.
So nice. You don't
Just
really want to
gorgeous,
like
aren't
cut
they?
into it, do you?
No. I mean, that's almost a picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could put that into a frame.
Beautiful.
Just gorgeous. But as I say, that was a really popular one yesterday. So that's your Gothic Rose. So again, 6 designs in each one, 2 of each. And then the last one we've got in the Ultimate Collection 4 is the Pastel Ombre. Now this is a lovely one because again, this is one there, if you're not into your ink blending but you
Yes.
like the effect of it, then it's already been done for you.
And because it's on like that silk adorable scorable too, it's going to work a lot nicer with your papercraft elements. So sometimes if you've got something like a topper or a like decoupage book or anything like that, and you're wanting that gorgeous ombre look, sometimes you don't want to do it with your inks
Yes,
because
yeah.
it can look a bit too heavy. So having like it
Having
in a
this already-
cardstock
yeah.
is really helpful.
But I love this one as well. It looks like the sky, doesn't it, going
Yeah.
into sort of the grass. So you could, you know,
You
if
have,
you
like-
wanted to cut it in half and just use the top half as a sky, you could
use it
do
as like
as
a
well.
full card with some like of your delightful die cuts. We've got that sports page, so with like
Oh, that
football
would look
boots
so
on, it would
good,
look
yeah.
really cute. This one's my favourite out of this.
I just love the way the colours are blended. You know, sometimes when I do it, you get that the
It's a
colour in the
very
mid.
obvious line, isn't
Yeah,
it?
whereas that is just sort of seamless, isn't it?
This one's so nice. So
I
good.
love that one. You've got the blue sort of going into the sort of the purple.
This one has a lot more colours in it than you think as well.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like an orangey yellow, and then the yellow, then the green, and then it's almost like a teal colour at the top.
Again, that's almost like a beach, isn't it? You've got the sand
Yeah.
and going into the skyline
Yeah.
as well. But again, cut these down if you want the full ombre effect. You know, use the panels here, isn't
Use
it?
them lengthways,
and
make
then
long cards with them.
what I did yesterday with the one, I did a butterfly card, so I used the middle part to show the most of the ombre effect, but then cut butterflies from the yellow and the top part, and then swap them
that's a
over.
good idea.
Yeah, so you can use every part of it, and then the last one. I do really like purple and orange.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, but again, all the hard work's been done for you, hasn't it, with the blending?
Yeah. You can just get into your card making straight away with this.
So that is your pastel ombre. Again, $5.99 if you want just that one, or if you like the look of all 5 of those packs, then it's just $19.95, and that is the Ultimate Collection 4. They just look so good, don't they, on that shot? You can see whatever type
really
of card
nice.
you want to make, you're going to find a card stock within this collection that's going to suit. Let's have a look at some of the samples that we've got. So this one's made using that gorgeous, the Gothic rose flowers. And again, just that bit of sort of vellum or parchment over it as well to put your sentiment on, and then just add in colour to the flowers there.
It's nice. It reminds me of those dead like vintage photos that you see. You know, when like
my school photos.
Like your school ones, yeah.
Because I'm that old. And then this one, you don't need to add colour to it, do you? They're so striking, the images, without any colour added
It's so
to them.
gorgeous.
And you can see how you're going to be able to fussy cut around them. I love how that's been put onto sort of a darker card, blank as well, just to really bring the colours out on that one. And then this is using the gorgeous embroidered blooms. And because it is a cardstock, they're perfect for cutting your sentiments to match your backgrounds. So you're going to be able to do that as well. Again, using your sort of your decorative nesting dies with that. I love this one. I did copy this one yesterday.
This one was a labour of love, but
this was Natalie's,
so good.
but it was worth every moment. Look at that. So if you are into your fussy cutting, that is just a perfect example of how you can use them.
It just transforms it so well, doesn't it? It's completely different.
Yeah. Do love that one. Oh, I like this one.
That's cute. Using those
again, you've got your sort of your nesting dies, put it onto some of your mirror card. I like the shape of the card as well, so it opens.
Doing that DL on the side.
Yeah.
It's very stylish, isn't it?
And again, this is perfect for your scraps. These aren't big pieces of cardstock, are you? So have a think about how you can use your scraps of card as well. This one's been done, the ombre, pastel ombre, into a shaker card. Just gorgeous. So think about what you've got in your craft stash at home and how you could use, you know, all of this cardstock with that. Here you've got those polka dots as well. Just gorgeous. That's just nice. With the sentiment in the middle, isn't it? And you'll see from the cards how the different sizes of cards you can make, the different styles. I like that one. Just with your sort of, if you've got the essential book of sentiments as well. Yeah. To put in the middle of those.
Your essential book's going to come in really handy. All your combos are going to work really nicely with these as well.
I love the idea of this one as well. Just using sort of your squares, matte, and laying them onto some gold mirror card and leaving that space there as well.
There's just really so many clever ways that you can make cards with this. You don't have to sort of like use the whole sheet if you don't want to.
Not at all,
but just sort of like bringing in those dies, or even just cutting it with your trimmer. You can really transform just like a single sheet into something like this.
It was lovely because I prepped for the shows at home, so I'd got just what I'd got at home. So it was lovely to see, sort of having a look through and see what you can use in your own sort of craft.
This one as well. So fun.
Just strips, isn't it? They might be just strips that you've cut away from other cards, just sort of layered up together with that gorgeous sentiment across the front. Perfect. So that's Ultimate Collection for just $19.95. We've got a demo?
We have. Yay. So we're going to use this one first, I think. And I've got one of our torn edge nesting dies because they're going to work really well with this collection. So I've gone with my ovals and I'm just kind of like layering it out on my cardstock. I'm not actually sure what size of card I'm going to do yet. I think I might do a 7x7 But what I want to do is I want to slide in my die so that it cuts out and you've still got the gorgeous sort of detail within this section here. So if I line that up onto there, and then if I just mark, now you could use your pencil, you could use a pen. Let's go in with our Hunkydory pen. I'm just going to mark it on where I'm going to sort of like cut away. So you can do it on the inside of your die, or you can do it on the outside of your die. And then I'm going to just fussy cut around these flowers. Now, I'm not going to fussy cut all of this element out because it's just going to be a little bit too much. So I'm going to go around here. I'm going to cut through this first leaf, but then this bud's quite substantial, so we can go in around there, trim this out, and really transform the look of this card blank. So let's just bring in that again. We're going to go down to that bottom piece, and then we're going to come back up and do this other leaf there, and then we'll just fussy cut around to this part here, go up around this leaf, and then it's just a case of going around the flowers. There's again lots of detail in this background, but we're just going to keep it quite simple and just go up to here. So you want to go a bit further around than those markings that you've made, and then you can just pop this out and you will see that it will lift up. There might be some bits where it's a little bit sticky, so just take your craft knife and you can just sort of lift those points up. It'll I can't even speak now. It will mainly be around sort of like sections where you've gone in and out. If you've gone all the way around, you won't have that problem. So now you've got this nice little space here. We can add in one of our nesting dies. So I'm going to place that in there. I think I'm going to go a little bit further down.
That looks gorgeous.
Around here.
How am I supposed to buy the card packs if there's too stunning to cut into?
I know.
Buy two?
Buy two. They are a great price, aren't they? Like you say, 60 sheets for £20.
Yeah.
And it's not
and
just
it's card stock.
It's not just
paper,
plain
it's card
paper.
stock.
It's
yeah.
not, you know,
it's edge to
plain
edge.
colours. It's gorgeous designs that you're going to be able to use. So I'll take my tape and just place that on the inside because we don't want that to move. And then you'll see that I've tucked this under. So on the other side now, you've got your die here, but it shouldn't die cut because there's nothing sort of like underneath it. So you've just got that gorgeous design. So let's bring in our plates. We won't need to use the the metal plate because we're just cutting through one thing. So placing this on your plates, and then I'm going to place my outside plate on the edge there. Just make sure that this is all open, and then we're going to run this through. I'm actually going to mix and match this with a different design as well, so I'm going to bring in the polka dots because those two together work really, really nicely.
They've both got that sort of antique-y, sort of distressed feel to them, haven't they?
It looks really, really good. So let's pop this out, and then we're just going to remove this now. So take out that centerpiece, and then what you can do is just lift away, and you're left with this beautiful aperture. So now I've cut it, I can kind of see what sizes of cards I could do. So if I bring my trimmer in now, I can do maybe...
That's a really good technique though, isn't it, to think
Well,
you don't have to decide at the very start exactly what size you're going to do.
And when you've got so much like gorgeous cardstock like we have on this design, it can be really difficult sometimes to kind of like see what bits you want to keep in. So let's just trim it to 7, and then we'll come back in and we'll review the way we're looking. So I think, yeah, let's go with 7 by 7 because our aperture then will be kind of like in the center of our card. So I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut it down slightly by like 2 notches. So I've done that side. Let's take it off the bottom so that we've got a nice like space in there.
Everyone's loving the Hunkydory pen.
And then I'm going to bring this in. Now let's just trim this to 7.
Which
The
gonna
green
leave
works
a
really
bit,
well, doesn't it, with them?
and then I'm going to be really, really cheeky because this design is really pretty, and I'm using it for a matte layer, and I am keeping it quite thick even though I don't need to be this thick. It's just easier to do it in sort of like halves or a full inch. So I'm just going to gut out the center of here, and when you do apertures as well, it's just a little bit more helpful. So let's pop this on our card. So that is going to sit on there now, and then what you can do is any bits where you know it's over, I think I need to go a bit shorter with this, and you can't see those polka dots enough. Let's just go a little bit shorter. So I'm going to take it from this side, I'm going to go to a quarter, and then where are we left with?
But it's good because we're in school. It's nice to see the process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of how things happen, and how we, like our thinking, isn't it, when we create?
Yeah,
as
how
well.
to create these bits and pieces. How you can sort of like save bits of cardstock as well for other projects. So I'll bring this in now, and that's obviously going to be a lot thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take. We can use our pen again. Again, you could use your pencil if you've got it. Because we're going to cut it away, it's not going to matter. So just line it up to the outside and then go along and just place that along there. And then I'm not going to follow these as in like cut lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside the edge by sort of like 2 mil, because then when I stick it down, I know that that spacing is going to be absolutely fine. So just bring that bit again, and then I'm going to get a 7x7. We might not have any in here though. Might have to trim down. Oh, what's this one? That's perfect. And a lot of people make cards like this, and you think, well, how do I put the aperture now into my card blank as well? So this is how I like to do it. I'm going to pop this back into place, and you can obviously turn it over to line up your markings. So let's just pop that in. If you left your tape in place, you obviously wouldn't need to do this bit. So I'm just going to tape that on that side there, and then I'm going to add a piece of tape underneath here. So popping that on there, and then again just make sure that that's all lined up.
I love this. Such a great idea, isn't it?
I'm going to go
sort of how to do this.
Oh, where's the end? I'm going to add a tiny bit more to the inside of here, and I'm going to line this up on my card, so then you can decide which way you want it to be, and then we're going to line it up around the edge so you've got a nice equal size, and then I'm going to tape it, so put pressure on where those tape elements are, and then we can lift this off around here now. So I can just sort of move that out and then run this through on my card blank. So it's not going to work for every shape, but it should, if you sort of have a decent aperture or like a space, you should be able to use that sort of technique for cutting into your cardstock and then cutting into your card blank as well, because especially when you've got a design like this which has got those torn edges,
yeah,
if you're trying to fussy cut that out, it can be quite difficult.
Yeah,
so
no, that's a much better idea of how to do it, especially when you're using the cardstock as well. You can sort
it's just a really handy tip for being able to line it up, and we'll see if it works in the next bit.
Fiona said that the aperture would be fab for a photo, wouldn't it, as well?
It would look really
Put
cute.
a photo in the space.
So I'll pop that to one side, and then let's get our tape off here now, and we'll stick this down. You've also got loads of other flowers too, so if you wanted to like decoupage these elements up, then you absolutely could do. I'm keeping my tape to the outside edge because obviously you've got that aperture. You can also see now where the outside of your die was, so you know not to put any tape here because that's going to be part of the aperture later on. So line this up on here now. Going to give me that really nice sort of like polka dot edge.
The two collections work so well together, the two
And then
packs.
you can go back in, add tape over those edges again. I knew this was going to happen.
Do you need a new one?
Jess, I need a new refill if you've got one. Let's go in. I've got my pink one. No. Every single time I come and do Facebook, this happens. It's like, it's timed perfectly. I need to check it before I come in here. That's what I need to do. Make sure I've got spares. So I'll just add my tape again on there. And then this now, we should easily be able to line it up. So just following that outside edge of those guides. And you want to make sure that it's in line at the top and the side. And then you've got an instant aperture that looks really, really nice. And then when you hold it open, not got any workings that you can see there.
It looks so neat on the inside as well, doesn't it?
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I was going to pop some cardstock on the inside as well, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another piece of that gorgeous design. Let's go for this one, and I'm going to pop this on the inside because it's just so pretty. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment on here because of course it is Ink Me, so you might not want to waste all of the cardstock that you've got here. It's completely up to you obviously how you do this, but I'm just going to trim it. So I want quite a lot of white space, so you've still got a place to put your message. And then again, I'm just going to go 2 notches under so that when we stick it in, we've got a nice white edge on the card, so it just looks really, really nice and finished. So I'm going to stick it in first, although you could stick it in afterwards. It's completely up to you. So let's pop that.
I actually really like the look of the flowers sort of going off the page, isn't it?
It's
so
nice, and
you
it
don't need
matches
the
up
whole
like
flower
the
on there.
design on there, and then you've still got, because I've gone for like a lighter version, this is very sort of like antique-y with the design here, and you can still see what you've got in there. And then for my stamps, I've got some of my gorgeous combos, but I'm actually just going to use the stamps because they come in really handy. So I've got Sending Lots of Love, which if we just see which better fits in here, and then I was thinking of Thinking of You as well because I think that works really nice for this style of card. So let's go for Thinking of You.
That fits perfectly, doesn't it,
I
there?
can place that in where I want it to go, and then let's grab an acrylic block. I can open that out, or I might keep it shut down actually so I can see it. This is a very, let's go for this one. It's a little bit messier, but you can still see underneath it. And then, have we got any Versamark in here? If I can see the stays on, I'll go with this. I normally have a little pot in here, but it's gone missing recently. So let's go with this. It's still going to do the job. Your stays on can work with lots of other things, so it's a perfect ink pad to have in your stash, and it also smells so good. It smells like Battenberg. It's the best thing ever. So Thinking of You, can stamp directly on there. Look how cute that looks. It's so
That is just stunning.
simple, but it looks really good. And then there you go. So that is how you can cut out apertures but still keep your design in, and again give yourself a really neat space on the inside as well by using that top tip.
I think there'll be loads of people
the
trying
design.
that design out and how, you know, cutting the apertures into
So
the card.
pretty.
Gorgeous. Carol said she's just loving the colours, and there's lots of colour without a lot of colours.
Without
That makes
colour,
sense.
Yeah, it's so nice.
But again, so just suitable for any occasion, isn't it?
And it's going to look great, like if you do want to bring in colours, so like going over the roses and the leaves and bringing them to life with different colours, that'll completely transform this cardstock.
And you could just do one, couldn't you? So it's sort of a real sort
Yeah.
of focal point on the card as well. Just gorgeous. Everyone loved that. Also in the comments, we've got discussion about some of the other designer card packs that we've had in, and we just happen to have them here,
Nice.
as if by magic. So these are past card packs that we brought out. They are on a mix and match, so they're £5.99 each.
This one's
but
good.
you can get two for £9.98. I love this one. So the first up is the Sage Blooms. Let's move this out of the way. So you've got the gorgeous large flowers there. Again, that could just go in a frame, couldn't it? But you could fussy cut around there and do the aperture technique that Natalie's just shown you. And with these, I love the fact that some you've got sort of a focal point in the corner, and then others you've got sort of across
like
the
full
page.
backgrounds almost.
And here, I mean, there's no way I would be able to replicate that with the sort of the inky background and the sort of the watercolour
It's like the
flowers
gorgeous
on
like
there.
glitter that you've got in there as well. Like it's so perfectly placed. You'd never ever be able to do that like off the
I don't
bat.
think I'd even try. But again, just gorgeous colours with these. I think these are perfect sort of anniversary cards, aren't they? Maybe wedding cards, especially with that gorgeous bouquet as well. So again, that is your Sage Blooms. Next up, we've got the Sky at Night. And these are just perfect for sort of all your silhouette dies.
Yes.
You know, if you cut any of your dies in sort of your black, adorable Scorable and put them onto here, how you can create that whole scene just
It's
using this
so
cardstock.
nice.
I mean, that is a whole card, isn't it? What you could do is cut the bottom half and have that as one card, and then sort of a space-themed one maybe with the top half of the card. I think that one would look gorgeous with the Santa sleigh,
Yes.
you know, for Christmas. But again, I'm sure you've got collections at home, topper collections that you can think of that would work perfectly with these. And that gorgeous one there with the water. So they're £5.99, but you can choose any two for £9.98 on the Pick a Mix. Next up, we've got the gorgeous Christmas quilts. This was part of the Ultimate Collection 3. The gorgeous snowmen, so you could cut those into the squares.
This again was so good, wasn't
Matte
it?
and layer them, couldn't you? And then just add a few to a card. You wouldn't need to use a lot on there. Use them as toppers. Again, the same with the Christmas trees. Those gorgeous
So
snowflakes
nice.
in all those sort of blue shades there. Just gorgeous. And they do look like quilts, don't they? Again, like the embroidered blooms, they've got that real 3D effect to them. And there's that quilt. I always remember Anne-Marie doing this with the peel-offs.
Yes.
The border strip peel-offs.
Wasn't that really
Stunning
cool?
card, just adding a sentiment to it. And then lastly in that one, those gorgeous, all those Father Christmases. Again, each one of those squares could be a topper for your cards. But because they are cardstock, don't forget you can make your boxes out of them, your gift bags, your Christmas crackers as well. And there are lots of others in the Pick a Mix collection that you can choose from. So we've got the Gritty Grunge. All of the packs contain 12 sheets. So you've got 6 different designs, 2 of each, and you'll be able to see on the front all the different cardstocks you're going to get in that pack. Now this is a bit of me, this one. Animal prints.
I love this.
I'm sure I've got an outfit in every one of those animal prints. Sure of it. This looks like my wardrobe. Again, 12 sheets. So if you've got your wildlife collections, any past sort of animal releases that we've done as well. Another gorgeous one. Then you've got
the
your marvellous. So if you're not into your sort of your inks and your blending, but
No.
love the effect of it, and just look at all the
Another
different
great
sort of
one.
colours you're going to get within that. And it almost looks like you've got sort of gold foiling on it, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Or flakes have been put onto
Gilded
it.
flakes.
Yeah,
Which is so hard to do, like with actual inks. It
yeah.
takes forever. This one's so pretty.
Another one, wildflowers. It's almost like watercolours, isn't it?
This one again will be great for home decor because the images are beautiful.
Gorgeous. Again, adding ribbon to it as well. I think wedding cards and
Yeah.
sort of
New
birthday
babies
cards.
would look great in this one.
Just gorgeous, and you can just see the variety that you
There's
can
so
get
much, isn't
in
it?
the
Everyone
designer
is
card
so
packs.
different.
And this is going to
And
be
there's
a
loads
really
that work
useful
together
one.
well as well. Like this wood is going to work perfect with those antique flowers I've just done.
Yeah, I think the wood grains work perfectly as the background, don't they? And then
Yeah.
you put a smaller
Put something
sort
on
of
top of it.
shape of a patterned one in the centre. Yeah.
I
Got that
love
one.
it.
Oh, there was
This
talk. There was
one.
talk of this in the chat. Just
Is
the Northern
stunning.
Lights. Somebody was having trouble cutting into it.
Well,
it's so nice.
just so pretty, isn't it? I'm not surprised with that at all.
But again, it's on the pick and mix, so you can get 2 packs of the same one. If there's one
Yeah.
in particular that you really like, then you can get 2 of the same for $9.98 as well. Again, this just looks perfect with the sort of the window to look through, or the Santa sleigh on there as well. Just gorgeous. And then the last one is Cool Winter. I love all the different designs within this one. You've got sort of a wood grain.
It's such
You've
a
got
good mix.
the snowflakes. You've got a tree scene. You've got butterflies in that one, all in those gorgeous blue tones. So that is your Cool Winter. So any 2 for $9.98. Have a look on the website, and you'll be able to see them all on there. The other thing that you're going to definitely need if you're buying the designer card packs is your card blanks and envelopes. We have got 40% off all
Ooh.
sizes.
This is a good deal.
This is definitely the time to go have a look what you've got and to stock up on all of those cards. So you've got your 5x5s. I've actually just made a 5x5 card. Because I always go for 8x8, but I am trying to sort of change
Do
up
different ones.
card sizes. So you've got your 5x5, you've got your A6.
I love that these come with envelopes as well, because
You're
always
all ready to
need
go, aren't
an
you?
envelope
Yeah.
with a card blank, so you've got it.
7x5s.
It sells perfectly. Oh, I love the DL as well.
You've got your DL cards. You've got your 6x6s. You've got your 7x7s. Your A5s. Your 8x8s. And then if you really don't want to cut into your designer card stock, we have got the A4 cards.
Oh, so you just make a full.
Just a-
Imagine those Northern Lights, huge A4 card with Santa across it.
That would just be
It would look so
gorgeous,
good.
wouldn't it? But I'm thinking also, you know, some of the floral ones, if you've got somebody at work that's leaving,
Yeah.
you know, when you get trying to get everyone to sign the card
Yeah,
in the office,
pop it on
and
there.
there's
Got
no
loads
room.
of space there.
These A4 ones are going to be just perfect for that. So have a look again on the website. There's 40% off all sizes. The price is starting at just £2.39 for those. And then we've also got a must, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
This is just on our desks all day,
Essential.
every day. So it's your adorable scoreboard and cutting mat. Okay, so you get the scoreboard and you get the cutting mat. So you're saving £15 to just $29.98. So if you know any crafters,
Yeah.
this is going to be the perfect gift for them. I think we're going to go through some techniques of how you can use the scoreboard as well.
We're going to do a little bit of a masterclass in some shaped card blanks.
Oh, perfect. The
So-
cutting mat is going to protect your desk. So if you maybe have to work, you know, working at the dining room
Yeah.
table, you know,
It's
using...
great for like on-the-go crafting as well. You know,
Yeah.
like if you just want to sit in front of the telly and like fussy cut something.
Yeah, because you've just got the handle as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you can just carry it around. The tool stays into there, it clicks in place, so you know that you're not going to lose that as well. So $29.98, a saving of £15
So good.
today. But definitely treat yourself to this. There's so much you can do with the scoreboard, isn't there?
It's incredible.
And you've got inches on one side and your centimetres on the other. So depending on how you prefer to work, you've got both of those as well. Have we got a demo?
Right, so let's get to
Perfect.
it. I'm going to try and do 5 different card like shapes and designs here. Some of them you'll be able to find in like previous Adorable Scoreboard books, but I think when you've got cardstock like this, the best way to showcase it is to sometimes use the whole thing and create your card blanks from it. So one that we always get asked to do, and if you got the previous magazine, you'll have seen we did a feature on this, is stepper cards. And these like side steppers, center steppers, they're always kind of like the same, but it just, the last bit is kind of like how it depends on how it sort of comes together. So when you're doing this, and I'm going to do a side stepper because we've got this gorgeous cardstock again, and I'm going to showcase all the cardstocks in this as we go through, because I really want to do like lots of different cards. The easiest way to do this is actually on the centimetre side. I don't know why we use inches for everything else, but these steppers are centimetres. So I'm just going to score this, cut this down, sorry, to 28 centimetres in size. And then however long you want this to be, depends on you now. So I could actually trim this down to 8 if I wanted to, or I can make it to a 6. So it's a 6 centimetre stepper. It doesn't matter about the length, you just need the width, it just needs to be 28 centimetres. So we're going to score this over, and I'm actually going to do a side stepper. So you want to make sure that whatever is going to be like the big panel here, you want to make sure that is sort of facing the bottom when you turn this around. So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to score this. I'm going to go up to about 12 centimetres on this side, and we're going to score it at 3, 6, 10, 14 all the way, and then at 21. So we're going to have a really nice mix of sentiments down here. And then what I like to do, because it's easier, you don't have to mark anything, is just bring this in now and then put this cardstock to 12 centimetres. Oh no, it should be the other way around, sorry. Yeah. So this to 12 centimetres, and then you're going to go from that top score line all the way down to the bottom score line. And then I always start by folding it in half. So use the edge of your scoreboard, fold that in half, and then you can run this across here.
Sorry, Natty, Anne said she was very grateful for the magazine stepper instructions.
It's so good,
if you haven't got the latest copy of Hunkydory magazine, issue 79.
79.
It has got full instructions for how to make 3 different stepper cards.
And it uses the same measurements.
Yeah.
It's just dependent on how you cut it. So that is how easy it is to do a side stepper. Now, if I was going to do a centre stepper, what I would have done is laid this down on my card, on my scoreboard, and I would have just gone up to the 3 with all these measurements. And then because I don't like to go halfway and then come down, to make sure that it's right, I like to flip it over and then do my middle step. So you can do that, or if you want to do an inverted stepper, that's where you sort of want to mark, and I would probably mark it with a pencil on the back. Say I would mark it to 3 here, and then I would mark it to 17 here, and then you use the same measurements, but you do them on the inside of your lines. So it's a great, as long as you know those measurements of 3, 6, 10, 14 and 21, and cutting it down to 28, you will always make the perfect stepper. And it doesn't matter where you obviously, the only thing you need to do is adjust where you put in the score lines to make the 3 different types.
Yeah, and I think once you've made a few, because I keep saying it's one I've always shied away from, because it always looks too complicated. Once you've made a few, you will literally make them in seconds, won't you?
It's just about being confident, because it is really, really good. So that's your stepper. The next one I want to do is a twisted easel. Now this one's really fun. What I'm actually going to do is a 5x7 twisted easel. So I'm taking this fantastic cardstock, and I am going to cut this down to 5. Sorry, we're going to do 5x10. So I'm going to cut it down to 5, and then I'm going to cut this to 10. Now this actually could be as long as you want it to be. It doesn't have to be at the 10. So I could do it, I could cut it to, no you couldn't. You could cut it to 11, or you could use it at the full length of your cardstock. It would just depend on what sort of size you'll do. But let's do it for ease, because it's all round numbers, it's nice and easy. Let's do it at 5 by 10. And we're going to turn it over to the inches side. And it's really, really easy to do this one. So we are going to score it at 5 in the centre. And then I'm going to use my centre marking, which is always your 6. And I'm going to bring my score tool down across here. And then I'm going to line up this point on here with the point of my score under here. And then I'm going to score that like so. And then this one, you can have it both ways if you wanted to. So I am going to do it, you can do it this way, and then with the rest of our cardstock, you can add your panel back into here. So just cut a 5 by 5 and then cut it down the centre. You're going to create your easel, or you can do it this way round, and then you can decorate up the base. I think I would do it this way, because then you're going to see the gorgeous design on here. So I don't think we've got enough room on this one, although we could paper piece it back together. Let's see, because I want to show you how you finish it off. I don't just want to show you how you can sort of like make the cards. We need to show you how you can finish it off. So in your pack, you're going to get 2 of the same design. I've stolen some of the packs from the set, so I've not got 2 of every design, but I'm going to come in now and use this piece, which is going to be 5 by 5.
I mean, what we could do is set homework, couldn't we?
We could.
And what I would be doing is watching the show back and making each of these. Just
testing them.
Yeah, just with any old cardstock that you've got.
Yeah.
Just so you've got them there, so you think, oh, I'm not sure what kind of card styles to make. You've got ideas there ready.
Test them out like this on like white cardstock. It could just be ink me. It could be plain colours that you've got. Test it out and then pop them in a folder. Pop them in a storage genie. And then you've got templates then. You can even write down like the full size of your card, and then you could write here where you've scored it.
Yeah, perfect. And then you've always got that sort of, almost like a library, isn't it?
Yeah, you make your own little template library that you can come back to every time. So then I've added that on, cut it to 5 by 5, diagonally cut it on my trimmer, and I've got a twisted easel. So you just need a stopper, or maybe you could have gemstones. And this one is a really cool way of making your cards look super fancy, but it's really, really easy to sort of make that card shape. So that's number 2, your twisted easel. We've got a stepper, we've got a twisted easel. Let's do a gatefold this time, but I'm not going to do any gatefold. I'm going to do a fancy one. So I've got 2 pieces of this ombre here, and actually the blues match really nicely. And you want 2 pieces for this card because of the way that we're going to sort of stagger it together. So I'm going to cut these pieces down, and I'm going to cut this down to 6. And I think it's by 10, but we'll see when we get there.
Fiona said, Amy, no, that word is banned. I take it that it was the word homework.
Homework. No one likes the word homework, do they? So I'm going to grab these. And this one is actually, I think you can find this in one of the books. Let me see. I don't think it's this one. Oh, it is. It's this one. So this is a double zigzag card. So you can find this card in the first crafting handbook, and this is on page 24. So you'll be able to make it. So you want to cut them to 6, and then we're going to cut them both to 10. So all I'm going to do is when I cut them to 10 is I'm going to make sure that the blue is on the one of the long sides. So cut that to 10. And then I'm going to score this on my scoreboard, and we are going to score it, I think you want to do it at 4. I'm going to flip them around this way just because it's easier for me. I'm going to score it at 4, and then you want to score it at 6 and at 8, and then you've obviously got that 2 there. So do exactly the same on this side. So 4, 6, 8. And then you're going to mark it with a pen or a pencil. And this can be as high or as low as you want it to be. It doesn't matter when you're sort of doing this style of a card. So I'm going to mark it at about, I think I want it to be 3. So mark it at 3. Well, let's just mark the other one as well, because you will be able to cut them both at the same time, but sometimes it's just easier to cut them separately. And then you're going to line up this point here to the trimmer, and we're going to go all the way through the top of there. Obviously I've got that pen marking on there, but if you used a pencil you'd easily be able to just wipe that away.
so helpful though, isn't it, for people who are sort of wanting some new card ideas?
Maybe you're like new to watching us here on
styles.
Hunkydory and you're thinking, how can I make the most out of the cards that I am creating? Then this is a great sort of way to do it. And again, this is another one which you can do it both ways. So you can have the ombre sort of coming into the side, or you can have it this way so that it opens up, and then you can fill all these gaps with the other bits of cardstocks that you've used. So, oh, I've done this the wrong way around though. I've done 2 that size and I was supposed to do it this way. Oh no. See, this is why you watch us.
Yeah, you
so
can still do it, couldn't you? And then just cover the panels.
This is why you watch us, so we make the mistakes.
Yeah, like that, and then just cover the...
Because this is now going to do it the other way around. But
I think it looks quite good.
How it works. And then you've got colour on the back, colour on the front. You just need to then cut your panel strips to 2 inches, and then I always stick them on and line them up. I'll show you how I do it. So, if you don't want to do it this way, then you need to decide which one's going to go the other way, because you will just need to flip your score lines. But let's pop this on here, and then what do I need? So I need 2. I can use that one here, maybe. That one. Cut these down to 2 inches, my little strips I've got left. So just trim that to 2. Trim the other one to 2. And then we want the height of the first panels to be, what size are we doing those ones? So this one is I'm gonna do it the whole height of my card. So that's gonna be 6, even though we're gonna trim a little bit off. And then this one here, I think I'm just gonna stick that on and then cut it. So again, on the top one, I want more of the blue, so I'm going to do that to, let's do that to about 5.5.
Those would look good with sort of a pocket pad page in the centre, wouldn't they? And then you
Really
sort of open it up.
nice. So let's go in and we'll start off with this back panel. So tape the panel. You'll find it easier, I think, to tape that than to do the other side. Let's tape this at the same time. So I'm going to stick this now. Oh no, cut that one too short. That one's for the other side, isn't it? That's why. So lining that up. Ooh. And sometimes you might think, well, how can I cut it before? But make your life easier. Stick it on and then just follow the cut lines. Yeah. There's no right or wrong to that. And then let's stick this on there as well. And we'll trim that section. So you've got that really nice design now, and you've got colour on the sides that you're going to see. And then let's do this one. So in the middle with that here, we'll stick that down. And then we are going to trim that away. And then you've got this super cool card here. Just want to go over with your score tool. Just make sure you're burnishing all those scores so it sits really nicely. But this again is a really fun shape that it's a shape that we don't really use that often. So then you've got this really cool design. So like Amy said, a pocket pad, you could have an image on here, and then it just opens out to reveal a really cool sort of shape. I think this one works really nice with Art Deco designs as well. So
yes, definitely. And then what I do is cut a strip of card to go like a belly band to go around it as well. Sorry, Nat, can I just ask, you know the stepper cards you made, would that be suitable for a pocket pad? Someone's asking about sizing for it.
So I've gone here. When you sort of bring it together, this is 3 1/4, and I think your pocket pads are 3 in size. So it will definitely fit on here lengthways. I think you're going to have a little bit of a gap here. I don't know if we've got one. I could trial it out.
Just trying to see. Just it's lovely that people are asking questions, isn't it?
But yeah, it should definitely fit on there, because I know your pocket pads are about 3 wide, so it will be a little bit longer than the pocket pad, but it will definitely fit. Jess is going to see if she can find one. I think if you find one, Jess, it'll probably be in the craft room. Right, let's do another really fun one that I like to do. Now this is a go-to for me. If I if I'm not sure what to do, or I'm stuck on a design and I don't really know what to do, but the cardstock's gorgeous, there's a few toppers I want to use. I love this design. So I'm going to cut this to 10 by 7. It's so easy to do as well. And then I am going to bring in my scoreboard. Oh, she's got one. We'll show it after this. And I'm going to score this between 1 and 6. So I just like to lightly go down on there, and then we're just using the measurements on the side here. So 1 and 2, and then I'm also going to do it at 6 between those lines as well. So just line them up, and then I'm going to do it at 7.5 all the way down, and then 5 I'm going to do it at the top at the 1, and then I'm also going to do it at the 5 at the top as well. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to bring in your trimmer, and we know that this is 1 inch now, so I'm going to just take this up to the inch, and I'm going to cut it from this first marking here all the way down to this one at 6. I'm going to flip it over, do exactly the same. So from 6 all the way up to the top, and then this one is really, really nice to score. I always like to just push up these score lines here, because when you go to fold this, you can find that your cardstock wants to add in another score at the 6, but you don't want that to happen. So if you just bend those straight away, then it kind of like will work a bit nicer for you.
I think all these cards are showcasing how good the scoreboard is, but also the trimmer as well, isn't it?
And the cardstock.
How useful it is, the trimmer.
To be able to make cards like this from this type of cardstock. So you're going to fold that in, and then this back piece here is going to come in. What I love about this card blank as well is that it can be used in both directions, and I'll show you what I mean with that once I've folded this. So this now is a showstopper of a card. You've got so much depth, you've got so much dimension. So you can have it so this panel sits at the back, and this is sort of like the main piece of your card. However, you can flip it over and you can have it like this as well. So it just depends if you want the panel at the front of the card, or if you want the panel at the back of the card. So just depending on which way you sort of like bend the cardstock depends on how it's going to sit, but it's really nice. And again, another one that you could just add sentiment to, a pocket pad design, a topper. It's really fun, and it is one of my favourite cards to do.
And you could see you made that from scratch, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you hadn't done any prep beforehand. So you can see how quick you can get them done.
So how many have we done there now? 4? 1, 2, 3. We need the polka dots next. So for the polka dot one, I'm going to do another really fun card, which again, I find so easy to make. And you want to cut this down to 5 by 10, surprisingly. There's lots of 5 by 10 sort of start points for some of these cards that I'm doing today. So I'm going to trim this down here, and then what you want to do is we are going to score it. Now I'm going to score it on the back just so you can see where I'm scoring it. So we're going to score it at 2. We're going to score it at, no, we're going to score it at 2.5, sorry. I've messed that up. But what you can do is just go over the back, and then what I like to do is just run my sort of folder across, and can you see how that score's sort of come out there now? So 2.5, and then at 5 we're going to score this, and then what you want to do is mark this at 7.5. So I'm going to mark it there. I'm going to flip it round and just mark it at the 2.5, and then I'm going to turn it at the top here and mark it at 2.5, and then we are going to add more scores in. So find your centre point again, and we are going to score from that point to this second score line. So you're going to create like a cross in the middle here, and then again from that 6, find that point, line it up to your score, and then we're going to go across. So this is how your scores are going to look. You're going to have a little panel here that's 2.5 inches. You're going to have another panel here, another score here at 5, and then you're going to have a cross that sits between there. Then we're going to bring in your trimmer, and we're going to just score this across here. These are probably like my the ones in my head that I know the most, that I can just
sort of your go-to
make
ones,
straight away, because I know exactly how to do it. And then I would suggest scoring your folds first of all. You want to score those so they're coming, the diagonal is going like this, and you'll see that you've got a nice diamond shape on there then. And then I'm going to score it on top of itself like this, and you want to make sure that's super, super burnished. And then what we're going to do is score this again. And when you score this, you can see now, because of the way you folded that, it automatically is going to come in together. So we can just pop those bits down, fold this on top, and then again, just go in with your score tool, burnish those scores down. And then what I like to do with this one is it sits really nicely. I like to add a little glue dot or a foam pad if I want to add the height, and just place that on top, and then you've got that really cool like pop-up diamond fold. And
but that shows the quality of the cardstock as well, doesn't it, that it's able to stand.
Yeah,
you haven't added anything else to it.
It's really, really cool. So we've got this one, we've got your stepper card. I feel like this one has a name, but I can never remember what it's called. This one that we've got the really cool sort of like gatefold there, a twisted easel, which is always super, super handy to sort of create. It looks fantastic on your cards. So 5 different ways there of using the cardstock itself to make your card blanks, and they are so simple, so easy, and take minutes to do. It's just learning.
But look, so effective, especially with the cardstock.
Yeah, with this cardstock, it looks incredible.
Make it look like you'd spent lots of time on it.
You don't want to be, if you want to, of course, you can just cut panels out of your cardstock. That's going to use more. But if you're someone who has to post by weight and you still want your cards to be really effective, then this is great, because the full design is on there. You can just make these really fun shapes and then add your other elements to it, whether that's toppers, whether it's die cut pads, anything that you've got is going to look great on these types of cards. So hopefully
that was so good. I just
enjoy it. There you go.
Too busy watching. I don't know what's coming up next year. But I think like it's just tips, isn't it?
Yeah.
People have been crafting ages. You pick up tips along the way, but sometimes it's nice to go back and revisit, like scoring on the reverse if it's quite a busy pattern.
Yeah, because
so you
it's
can
really
see the
hard to
score
see
lines, and it doesn't
sometimes.
actually matter sort of which side you do it on.
Absolutely not.
Would you just be able to try that on the stepper for me?
Oh yeah.
Is that all right?
Thank you. So here we go. So you can see how well it fits, and it actually fits really good as well, because that means this whole panel now is clear. So sentiment on here, maybe a bit of ribbon on here, but yeah, you know, there you go, your picture perfect pad fits on there perfectly.
Like you made it
like,
especially for
it's
that.
like it was meant to be.
Oh, I loved all of those. Thank you so much. I hope that's given people lots of ideas of how you can do sort of different, you know, if you always do the same style of cards, it's just nice to try something different every so often. So, recap of our Win It Weekly. Set me up on this one, Jess. So you've got 3 chances to win. We've got 3 lucky winners, each going to receive one of our storage trolleys. So you need to like, share and comment the following answer to the question. Which of the following school rules is true? Is it A, not allowed to eat ketchup during school hours? Is it B, cannot play football on a Wednesday? Or is it C, allowed to cheat 1 test per year? So like, share and comment for your chance to win one of those gorgeous storage trolleys. So next up we've got, I didn't know this was happening, this bit. I wasn't in last week, so this is, did you know?
I'd heard about the plan.
So we've got our adorable Scorable 10 sheet packs that are $4.99. They are now half price.
That's a good deal.
£2.50. I know.
That's a really good deal.
£2.50. So we can just go. So it's 10 sheets of the same colour.
Okay.
In each pack. So just have a think about which you use the most. You know, maybe it is the reds if you're still doing your Christmas crafting. Maybe you often go for your sort of your pink cards.
Maybe you're planning like a gathering or a party, and you're wanting like the same colour for the background of your invites.
Yep.
What a good time to get this.
Again, you could do any of the card styles that Natalie's just made using these as well. But just the range of colours. So again, like your card blanks, I would be going through what I've got to see, you know, what you're missing, what you use the most, and just top up. When you're getting 2 for the price of one, aren't you?
It's such a good deal.
Yeah, so just £2.50. That's gorgeous Christmas green,
And I
isn't
love
it?
the fact that you've got this on Matastic and Adorable Scorable as well.
Yeah, so depending on which you prefer, or you might use
So
both. But again, you'll be able to use it for your sort of your 3D makes as well. So just £2.50 a pack of 10 of those. Just a reminder as well, if anyone's spending £25, you will receive within your parcel a Hunkydory pen.
Is this until Sunday, Jess, as well?
Yeah.
Till Sunday.
Yeah, okay,
So
so you don't
great
need
time.
to add it to your basket.
No.
It will be automatically added to your order when it is sent out. If you want more than one, which I'm sure most people will,
Absolutely will.
you can also buy them for £3.99 each. So if you do want to buy one, you can add that to your order as well. But spend £25 and you will get one put into your parcel for you. So just a quick recap then on the designer card packs, the Ultimate Collection. You have got 5 different packs within the Ultimate Collection 4. There are 12 sheets in each pack, 6 designs,
Yeah.
2 of each. So you've got 60 sheets of cardstock, and you can see from that pack shot just the variety and the range of
It's crazy,
designs
isn't
that
it?
you're going to get. You've got your inky background, you've got your vintage background, you've got your florals, maybe your more masculine cards with the polka dots as well. So today you're saving £10 to get all 5 at just $19.95.
Crazy.
Just gorgeous. So the last demo of the day, we are going to do a sketch challenge. So if you've got the Hunkydory magazine, you'll see that we do one sketch 3 ways.
Yeah.
So one of us here gets a sketch design, and we have to create 3 different cards with it. So we've got this. Shall I show the camera? Okay.
Oh, we've got a VT.
Ooh.
I love
So
this.
it is our sketch challenge. Are we doing it all week?
We're doing it all week.
Yeah. So
Do one every day.
okay. So again, you might want to take a screenshot
Yeah.
of these sketch challenges. Again, if you're struggling for an idea from a card. So that is the sketch that Natalie needs to work.
Sometimes when
on.
I'm in like a real funk, I love going online.
And
seeing
I do.
sketch challenges,
Yeah.
And then bringing that into the cards that
There
I'm
you
making.
go.
So, this is fun, isn't it? Don't think I've got a circle with me. Oh no. What are we going to do? Have I got to use the stuff from today as well, Jess?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do...
Do you want me to get a circle die?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Am I right to go and get one,
Did I
Jess?
have a circle before in here? I might have had it. I don't know if there is one. Oh wait, no, they're ovals.
Do you want me to go and grab one?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
A top. Yeah. No, a die will be
Die.
perfect. Thank you. So let's see what we could do with this. I really want to use this pattern, but this is cute. I love this one actually. And what I can do with this one is bring in some of these patterns to sort of soften up the design a little bit. So let's do that. I'm going to bring in those 2 colours. I'm going to get some, when I'm doing sketch challenges as well, I always like a mirror or something to layer up on all of my different parts. So I'm going to go in with gold, I think, for this, because we've got the gorgeous gold on there. Shimmer card would work exceptionally well as well. Let's get some ribbon for that little tie bit. I think I've got some gold that I can reach, so I might go for the gold. And then Amy will be bringing us a die shortly, I'm sure. So I'm going to do this as a 5x7 because the sketch is rectangle. You could do it as an 8x5 actually. Now let's cut it down because I can always make it shorter. Thank you. Oh, so many options. So I'm going to trim this to 6x8. I think I'm going to do it 6 by 8 because there's lots of really cool colours on here. And then I'm going to do my first panel. And I'm going to
like
go
this
in.
colour combination.
I know, it's nice,
Ooh,
isn't it?
yeah.
I thought it matches really well. I'm going to go in with this first of all. And what I'm going to do is be really cheeky and actually cut from the middle. So I like to sort of see, I'm marking this up to the 4 and I'm trying to get the 2 colours in the centre there. And then when I'm kind of know where that's going to be, I'll just push it up to make sure that my card is straight. And then I'm going to trim this to just slightly below the 8, and then let's trim it to just slightly below the 6. I'm going to 2 notches. I don't want lots of mats and layers here. And then I'm keeping all of these bits because they are going to come in handy for the next section. So that is going to fit on there. And then I'm going to use this as my other panel. So let's cut that down. So that's 6 by 8. So that's probably... Let's do 5 by 6. That's going to give me like this oblong shape that I've got. Oh, it's a bit long actually. So you can always like bring in the sketch, see where you're looking. Let's do it to, let's do it to 4.5. Because I want to keep a lot of this in. It's a really nice pattern. So then this, get my other gold mirror. Do my, oh, I'm stuck. Do my panel to just over the 6. I'm going to keep it to 2 notches on all of my panels by 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. So just 2 over that. That's going to fit.
I think these sketch challenges work perfect with these card packs, don't they?
It's nice.
Because they really showcase the card.
Oh, I need another panel to go underneath it though, don't I? So I might need to trim that down ever so slightly. I'm going to go in with this purple bit for my panel strip, and I know that I can use this punch. So I'm going to go to 2.5 with my punch. And then if I punch this now, I can get my, although, maybe I'll do it pink, so I'm bringing another colour in. Sorry. I don't know who I'm saying sorry to. It must
I was
be
going to say, don't need to
cardstock.
apologise.
Sorry,
It's nice
cardstock. So 2.5, and then I'm going to just punch it there. And then again, I'm just going to cut this to 2.5. Now, when you're matting and layering, using your punches, it can be a bit daunting at first. So I'm always cut it to the same size, punch it so that I know that these fit perfectly on top of one another. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in back on my trimmer and I'm just going to remove like 1 inch from each, one notch from each side, so 1/8 of an inch from that side, and then I'm going to flip it over, and again I'm going to do another 1/8 of an inch, and then that now will fit perfectly, and I will have a really nice mat and layer on there. So let's get that onto here, and then I'm going to cut it so I can just mark it where I want to cut it. I'll stick it down first. So let me stick this onto here.
People are saying they're going to buy that adorable Scorable, the 10 sheet packs, to make card blanks.
Ooh, good idea.
For £2.50. Especially using some of the, the ideas you've just made as well.
So that can go on there, and then let's test this out. This needs to be a bit shorter, I think. So I'm going to go for 4, and then I'm going to cut this down to 6.5. I think that is going to work really nicely. So then, what did I do? 4 by 6.5. So again, just add into mats and layers. 4, 5.5, wasn't it?
I think the sketch challenge as well, use smaller pieces of cardstock, don't they? So you can use sort of your
bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And then my ribbon can fit over here.
Oh, I love this.
Although I kind of want that to be a piece of cardstock now. So Let's bring that orange back in.
But that's the nice thing about the sketch challenges, isn't it? You can interpret it.
Yeah, you can use ribbons, you can use all sorts of different bits and pieces. And then if I just cut that down, again, just so it's going over. I think using like cardstock and having mats and layers on as well really brings the sketch challenge to life a bit more. It kind of like stands up off the design. So I'm going to go in and add this across here, and then I need a circle. So Saved by Amy again, and then I think I'm going to go for that size because I don't want to cover up a lot of this design. You can see it, it's beautiful, and to make it even more showy, let's go in with parchment for this panel, because then you're going to be able to see it, but it's not going to be like covering the whole of the design up. So I can just trim this down because I don't need all of it. Although I've probably cut it too short now. No, we're okay. Pop this in the machine. But yeah, bring in different textures, bring in different like elements to use with it.
Yeah.
Use a trim the insert pad for the circle bit, because then you've got a big sentiment for the card.
Yeah. Or your toppers, your,
really cool
your circle
yeah.
toppers that you've got.
Toppers, if you've got toppers to work with. I'm obviously trying to keep it to the new product for today, so I'm using all these bits and pieces. So that is going to fit on there.
Oh, I love this.
And then I'm going to use as well, if I can find a nice colour that matches, I'm going to use this as my topper. So let's see if we've got a nice round one that's going to fit. We kind of want gold foiling, but I don't want it to be too bright. I've got that one in gold.
Kind of nice to keep the pastel tones, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if we don't have one that is going to be round, we can definitely use a different colour, because I think this one's a bit too harsh, those colours. So let's see. I always like to go for... I'm trying...
It's finding it with the gold as well, isn't it? The
Yeah.
gold foiling.
Sure, we've got white and gold though. That always works. This one always works. I've got... Could use the Have a Great Day maybe.
And put it over the
Yeah,
the
that's
strip.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we've got. This one's a good size as well. Cheers to Another Year. I like that one as well. Oh, got options now. Let's just have another little flick through. See what colours we've got. And those golds. They're a bit darker.
But again, this shows how we work, doesn't it? How we're thinking about
yeah,
the process
how we're going to
of
put
what
them
to
together, what we're going to do it with.
Having a look what you've got, what you can use.
I think I'm going to go with I don't know. It's really difficult. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's got a tag bit on it and it's going to match up really nicely.
I think that's perfect.
I might also just trim it so it sits on the front there. So let's put it together. I'm going to grab my... Pop them to one side so I don't forget them, because we'll end up losing dies here. And let's start sticking this down.
And you could stick it all down flat, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Or you can write some of your 3D foam pads.
Using your foam pads is really nice sometimes as well for just giving it that lift. So this piece is going down flat, like so. And then this one is going to go down flat as well. Your mix of foam pads as well, you could use 2 mils, you could use 4 mils. Give it a great sort of like lift on top of here. That is going to go on with my 2 mils, I think. Let's try and get some out of here. I've got my glue dots as well, they'll come in handy in a minute. So let's add
That's one thing I haven't got in mine. Glue dots.
Glue dots.
Yeah, I must get some.
So good for ribbons.
Yeah.
So I'm going to place this onto here. So I'm following the sketch challenge, but I'm moving it up slightly. So this is the sketch challenge and sort of like the layouts that I've got. Because of the way I've put it together now, I'm just moving this ever so slightly up so that you can see the fishtail banner a bit more. You can obviously cut this down to be a little bit smaller, but this is gorgeous. I don't want to cover it up, so I am adapting it slightly. So I might get a detention for not following the rules.
No, what do you think, Jess? Do you think...
No, it's okay.
Jess says it's okay. It's okay. She doesn't seem too
No,
happy.
I feel like the sketch challenges do allow for some interpretation,
Yeah,
don't they?
you've got to be able to mix
Be
it up
exact.
slightly. So this is going to go across here. Now what I like to do is turn this over, mark where I'm going to cut it, but also mark where my other layers are, because then I know where to add my foam pads.
Yeah, because if you've already raised part of it up, you need to
It
try
can
and
be
even
quite
it out, don't
troublesome.
you?
You don't want it to be, either you want it to be an extra height so we can add 2 layers of foam pads on so it stands up, or you want it to just sit really nicely. So tape along the edges, and then my foam is going to go there. And it's also going to just squidge in there on the side. And now we are going to add this on. So let's just peel this away. This can sit then really nicely across there, and then my parchment is going to go across here, and then what I'm going to do is just add that banner in. Now I'm going to trim this, so if I just take my scissors and just cut it so that bit is straight, I can add on my foam pads onto here now. Place that where I want it to go, so across there, sort of in line with that banner, and I'm going to lift it up, because then this isn't straight, it's annoying me. Then what I can do is I can go in with my tape runner directly on top of that panel,
That's such a good idea, how you can sort of
and I
fix the
know
parchment without being able to see it through.
that I can sit that on there now. And then I think maybe just some gemstones just to finish off around this little space here. So let's go in with, I've not got any gold or silvers, I haven't, but these ones are going to really look nice. These are shimmer gems in like that white clear, and it's just going to look so good with the design we've got on here. So let's just pop a few of these on this circle up here, and then we're done. We just need to place it onto a card blank, but I'm going to leave that for today, as I know that we're getting on now.
That is
And there we go.
gorgeous.
There is the sketch challenge and the card that has been created from it.
Absolutely
It's cute,
love
isn't
that.
it?
Thank you so much. Everyone's loved that too. So just a reminder then, just showing you some of the cards that you can make with that Ultimate Collection 4 of the designer card packs. Again, Natalie used that in one of her cards earlier. Just gorgeous. The range and size of cards that you can make as well. I love this one with the alphabet on as well. Again, the floral, just adding that
I
bit of
love
ribbon.
that.
Again, with the polka dots,
Yeah.
those two together work perfectly, don't they? And then this one, the Happy Retirement, just love the way that those have been used. So don't forget, check out the website. You can get that, saving £10 today if you order that. So, Hunkydory homework. Jess has just passed me Hunkydory homework. So, if you love that sketch challenge, or maybe you haven't seen sketch challenges before and want to take part, we have now got sketch challenges on the hub.
Oh, nice.
New sketches are being added daily. So if you want to take part in any of those, if you send your makes to studio@hunkydorycrafts.co.uk, enter the challenge, and you are in with a chance to win 1,000 reward points.
Ooh.
So have a look. If you've been inspired by that sketch challenge today, have a look on the hub and take part in our sketch challenge with a chance to win 1,000 reward points. I love that idea.
It's really clever, isn't it? I like it.
Next up then, TV schedule. Natalie, you're at Hobbymaker tomorrow.
I am, yes.
2 p.m. and 7 p.m. with Moonstone Dyes, the Essential Radiant Sentiments.
I think
New launch.
We know how popular the Christmas Radiant Sentiments
Well, we knew
were.
Moonstone Dyes.
So
how
as soon
popular
as
they
we
are.
did those dyes, we were like, we have to do this again, but every day. So we have 6 new ones. 6 new ones. It's going to be so good. I'm very excited.
We love those. And at 4 p.m. with embossing folders, they're the Christmas ones.
All of our embossing folders.
Oh, perfect.
It's just all of our embossing folders. And again, it's going to be a bit techniquey. So join me. It's going to be fun.
So that's 2, 4 and 7 at Hobbymaker tomorrow. Next up here, I'll be demonstrating tomorrow. Dan will be presenting, and we are holding a Tuesday seminar for a masterclass in stamping. So class starts at 10 a.m, so don't be late.